Hello YouTube, B3 here, back with another kicking action figure review. Yes, today's review is over the new Power Rangers Super Mega Force Armored Super Mega Red Ranger. Yeah, this came out sooner than I thought it would. I got it from Target, what was it, January 7th? Yeah, maybe 6th or 7th. Whew, I love it. And it came with more than I thought it would. I picked this guy up because of all the accessories mostly. Plus I love Captain Marvelous, which is probably what I'm going to refer to him as through most of this review instead of Gokai Red or Super Mega Force Red, because I haven't watched Super Mega Force yet, so obviously because it's not out. But yeah, so let me show you all these cool accessories. Look at them. Fantastic. Fantastic. First I'll show you the box. The front has Gokai Red there, Captain Marvelous, another picture of him here, Attack Battle Gear, Armored Super Mega Red Ranger, and there he is in the window with all his stuff. And there's a picture of the figure on the side without his cloak bottom though. Well, none of these pictures show him with that. For some reason it shows him holding all the stuff. There's pictures of all the stuff there. Other figures in the line. I have the Mega Force Red and the Gokai Knight. I was going to get the Mega Force Blue, but now I can't find it anywhere. And I see these two all the time, and I haven't picked them up because I'm getting the figure arts. And he should be hitting soon, if he hasn't already, because it was just like 3 pegs of nothing but Captain Marvelous at Target. And I didn't see any Green Ranger Tommy. But they're supposed to be out at the same time. There's another picture of Captain Marvelous here. Then the Ranger keys we're supposed to get, they'll be coming in packs of 3. Probably like 15 bucks a piece. Some are already appearing at Targets. Here he is, folks, Captain Marvelous, out of his packaging. Yeah, pretty neat figure, I have to say. The joints are all real tight, and the details tight, and the accessories are tight, and wow. Okay, so let's take a look at him. Here's his first accessory, his Gokai gun. And it's pretty tight, you know. Lots of good detail on it. Not the best paint apps, but at least it does have paint apps. Unlike most of the weapons in the set. It has a peg on it, so you can peg it right into his side. Same as the sword. The sword also has that peg, and he holds the sword just fine. You can kind of put that raised part in the handle into his hand if you want him to hold it better and not as loosely, but I have to put it down at the bottom to get it on his shoulder, which is his signature pose. Nice big silver blade. I always love this sword. I gotta pick up the toy for the sword too. Lots of good detail on here. Really nice painted blade. So I'm loving the detail on these accessories, and they will plug into his side. But we'll take a look at the rest of the accessories in a second. Right now I just really want to look at the figure because you know, it's my first Captain Marvelous. I've been wanting a Captain Marvelous for a while, and you know, figure art's kind of pricey for this guy. Pretty popular series. But yeah, I think the detail in the head looks great. I always loved the helmets. If they make a helmet toy, I'll have to get it too, like my Shogun Ranger helmet that covers most of the head. But that's really nice. And he's got this part that's supposed to make it look like his jacket, and then the rest of his body is supposed to be the jacket, like the bottom and part. It doesn't have a jacket over him. It has the jacket painted on him, which, you know, I'm used to the Rangers having skin-tight outfits and stuff, so it doesn't bother me, and I'm happy it's like that, because it doesn't hinder articulation as much as it would if it was a full jacket on him, which is neat. And, yeah, you know, he's got the same shoulders, so you can pop shoulder pads on. If you want to use the other Ranger's shoulder pads on him for some reason, you can pop them on him, and they got a new sculpt right here. But, yeah, and there's his Gokai symbol. And wow, what a beefcake, am I right? Look at that. Super overly muscular, but that's how America likes their heroes, so. And he's got his little Ranger key pouch there. And these are the sides of his jacket. I do like how they sculpted those cuffs there. Nice white hands. And the feet, they're pretty much normal except these, that's all that's changed for the feet. But yeah, I like him. He actually has a different upper body sculpt, I think, than the other Red Ranger. You know, it just looks different. It might be the paint though. Now that I look at it closer, I think it's just the paint that makes it look bigger. And the fact that this guy doesn't come with any armor makes it feel bigger. I think that's what it is. But he didn't need any armor, so it's alright. But, yeah, pretty cool. Now let's do some articulation. The head, for some reason, has a really noisy joint. Oh, and now it's not being as noisy, of course, right after I said that, but you probably heard it earlier. But he looks side to side just fine. And the joints all stay really well. Like, they don't really wobble. Because my Robo Knight's pretty wobbly in the waist area. But, yeah, good movement here in this ab joint. And then got a nice ball there on the waist. Up and down in the arm. Forward and back. Bicep swivel. Elbow bend. And then you have that swivel right there. You can probably pop his arm off. Put the bands up here if you need to. And then that up and down movement on the hand. Rotation as well. And in and out on the legs isn't as hindered as I thought it would be. I mean, this comes out pretty fine, but if you leave it like that too long, it'll probably morph this piece. Forward and back, you can get it up forward kind of too. Because this piece, it moves a bit. It's not too stationary. So it's got some room for movement, which I'm glad. That was probably unintentional, but they did it. And then got that thigh swivel there. Knee bend. Got a swivel right here on the boot. Glad we didn't lose that. Up and down on the foot. Still no ankle pivot, which kind of stinks. But yeah, a lot of articulation for a domestic. Good size for domestic. I mean, so far, this is a fantastic figure. So now let's take a look at some more of the accessories. First off, I just wanted to show you that his Gokai Saber and Gokai Gun fit snugly into his belt. And he also can hold this lion head from Power Rangers Wild Force. So he just holds onto that and holds it out. No paint on it, but it has great detail. So that's awesome. Hopefully we can get a Wild Force Red Ranger like this. You know, what if they just did a bunch of Red Rangers for the 20th anniversary, huh? That'd be cool, right? Now here's Gokai Red with some nunchucks that came with him. Pretty sure that they are Jungle Fury. I don't know if they're actually this big in the show or anything. But they have these little, like, wolf, lion, like, wild cat heads on them. And everyone in Jungle Fury, well, the three main rangers anyways, were all wild cats. So, yeah, pretty sure it's Jungle Fury. Probably just Red Ranger's nunchucks. I, once again, haven't watched Jungle Fury, just really want to. But, wow. You know, he holds them nice. And I think it's fine, you know. Now, here he is with another sword. Oh, also, and his interchangeable hand. So you can see there he has interchangeable hands, which is super tight. And I'm just going to double check, but the other one has a peg hole in it, right there, so that he can hold stuff in it with the peg, which is pretty awesome. But, yeah, I don't remember what this sword's from either. I want to say RPM, maybe? But that star makes me think... I didn't watch Zeo either, so it might be Zeo because of the star. Red Ranger had the star on his face in Zeo. But I want to say RPM. I want to say RPM. I mean, normally I would have looked these up before a review, but I've been stressed for time lately and haven't had the time to do the toy research I've been wanting to do. But, you know, it's a nice detailed sword. Straight silver, so, you know, no paint detail, but good sculpting, so I guess that's pretty tight. Here he is with yet another sword, only one more after this one, I promise. And this one I do believe is from Power Rangers Mystic Force. Yeah, that was the show that made me quit Power Rangers for a few years. It was pretty bad. But the sword's pretty neat. It might be a little big, not sure. Mystic Force isn't exactly fresh in my memory, and thank goodness for that. But, you know, he holds it well, it looks cool with him, has good detail, maybe not the best paint, but the silver is nice, and I like it. Here he is with the only gun in the set other than his Gokai gun. It's, I believe, the gun from Power Rangers SPD. I've watched SPD through enough times so I should know, but I'm getting a strong SPD vibe from this gun. I don't know if it's the gun from Swap Mode or what, but yeah, pretty neat gun. We don't get enough guns of Rangers nowadays because, you know, kids and overprotective parents, and I mean, I grew up watching guns on TV all the time. Batman the Animated Series, older series of Power Rangers. You know, all of my shows had guns in them, and I don't even shoot guns. I don't even like to touch guns. And that's probably why, to be honest. Because it's usually the bad guys that use the guns. And the Rangers' guns don't even shoot bullets. They shoot lasers. They're not real guns, but... well, I don't know. They used the guns in Megaforce. I saw that. That was weird. But... yeah, pretty sure this one's from SPD. Great detail on it, actually. Pretty great detail. If it's not from SPD, it's probably from Operation Overdrive. I don't know what it's from. But I'm pretty sure it's from SPD. Pretty sure. I don't know. But I think it looks good. It fits in his hands, and I love it. And last, but certainly not least, is the giant sword from Power Ranger Samurai, or Shinkenger. And wow, I'm surprised they included this. I mean, this is awesome. That's actually the thing that pushed me over the edge and had me go ahead and buy this figure, was this accessory above all the other ones. I mean, the hand's a little floppy holding it, but this thing it's a big hunk of plastic, let me tell you. I did get imposed holding it up, but as soon as I bumped him, he fell right over. But yeah, it's a little hollower on this side, I guess, to make it a little lighter for him to hold. Also, probably a little cheaper to make. But this thing is super tight. It's not technically big enough. I mean, the sword in the show is huge. I mean, I have the figure arts Shinkenger, and this sword here is probably about the same size as the figure arts one, and the figure arts one is more in scale with the figure, and that's like a 4 or 5 inch figure. 5-inch figure, yeah. And this guy's like a 6, 7-inch figure. 7-inch figure. So, yeah. I mean, this is a big hunking accessory, and I mean, they try hard with these guys. They try hard with this figure line, and I'm very impressed. And I also attached his interchangeable hand with the peg, so you can see that. Here he is with some other figures from the same line, but the Megaforce version, of course. Here he is with a Megaforce Red Ranger, the Ultimate Armored version. Yeah, he doesn't have all his armor on, but he does have his, I guess, Wild Saber is what that's called. I don't remember. Wild Sword. Something like that. That might be his other sword, though. I don't know. But they scale up fine together. He's a little bit bigger, actually. Now that I look at it, he is a tiny bit bigger, but it might just be the character design making him feel a little bulkier with the wider head. He does have a wider head for sure. The helmet's wider, and his little fluff on his neck, his collar there. But Robo Knight is actually a little taller than him, so I guess that evens it out. But he's a big robot, so I guess that's fine. He doesn't have his armor on either. I guess I'm gonna have to pack them all up soon to move him. So I figured, no armor display right now. Wait till I get him moved. But yeah, I mean, he scales up fine with the rest of the figures from this line, and I know for a fact these guys scale up well with the white and red Mighty Morphin figures, so he scales up well with them as well. Now here's our Megaforce Red, or Super Megaforce Red, sorry. Trying to get used to saying that. With some other Power Ranger figures. Here he is with the Power Rangers Dino Thunder Crimson Zeltrax. It's that series is from about 10, 11 years ago. Yeah, I think it might have been the 10th anniversary series, actually. Not too sure about that. But yeah, they don't scale up well together at all. He's too big for your older Power Ranger figures. The scale's just too different. Their scale is more along the lines of the SH Figure Arts we are currently getting now. And I will be getting the whole Mighty Morphin team with that, including Mighty Morphin Red Ranger. Yeah, and he does not scale up well with our Gokai Red here either. Gokai Red, Super Mega Force Red. Captain Marvelous, which is my favorite name. I love saying that. But yeah, he's not going to scale up well with these smaller figures. And here he is with some of the characters from the 3 3/4 inch line. Which, as you can obviously tell, he doesn't scale up well with. He doesn't scale up well with my Ultra Metallic Force Yellow Ranger. Looking for the rest of that team, by the way. I only have black and yellow. And also, he doesn't scale up well with our Samurai, Super Samurai Decker over there. So, yeah, no 3 3/4 inch, no 4 or 5 inch figures. You're going to need him in this scale. But, you know, if you like doing crossover stuff, he does scale up well with your NECA figures like Predator, Aliens, and those type of things. So, yeah, he scales up well with those, which is a little awesome. That's actually what I have mine displayed with. I have a Predator, and then I have a Ranger, and then I have the Engineer, and then I have a Ranger, and then I have a Predator, and a Ranger, Isaac Clarke from Dead Space, you know, on and on. But, yeah, so, not going to scale up well with these guys, but he will scale up well with those. So all in all, what do I think of the Armored Super Mega Red Ranger? I love this figure. I can't say it enough. I love this figure. I mean, he's overly muscular. Yeah, so what? He has a little leg articulation above the thigh. That's kinda hindered. So what? It's not hindered enough where I can't pose him. I can't pose him crouched for long periods of time, but I'm not gonna do that anyways, personally. Captain Marvelous stands above everybody else. He's not gonna crouch. That's beneath him. He's the captain. Come on. And he's got 10 accessories. 10. Domestic figures don't get 10 accessories anymore. Alright? They couldn't give him armor, and they could have just given him his gun and saber. But nope. No, they gave him other Red Ranger's weapons too. Which he totally uses. Wild Force, Mystic Force, Jungle Fury, possibly RPM, SPD, Samurai. Give him all that stuff, including his own weapons, and interchangeable hands. Come on. That's awesome. I can do him in his fancy sword over the shoulder, arm out like he doesn't care. He's the boss pose that I love so much, as you see right now. Great articulation, more articulation than we get with most domestic figures. Good detail. I mean, they pay attention. They pay attention. They care about these figures. Bandai America, I salute you. I salute you for this figure. And I can package him right back into the box for when I need to move him. I can keep all his accessories in that box. I can put everything right back in the way it was. Even though it was held in, it has some little theft protection, like those little clothes tags. Those little plastic clothes tags were holding it in there, which is kind of weird. But I can pop him right back in the plastic and put him away, just like I can my Gosei Red, my Gosei Knight, which are Red and Robo Knight, Megaforce, of course. But I gotta give this figure 5 out of 5 stars. I love it. I love it. I love Gokaiger. I'll probably love Super Megaforce. They are bringing Tommy back, definitely as Green Ranger, and definitely as White Ranger. I've seen pictures of him in the outfits holding Saba and everything. I know Black Ranger is going to be in the show, at least in the background from Dino Thunder. Red Zeo is at least going to be in the show in the background. The only thing I don't have confirmation on is Turbo. And that's the only helmet or stuff I haven't seen. But yeah, the Ranger War is going to be epic. It's going to be epic, and it better be epic, or I'm going to be not happy. But enough of me rambling. That's it, you guys. 5 out of 5 stars. This has probably been a long review, but there's a lot to talk about with this figure. A lot going on. You can plug his stuff into his belt. Come on. That's awesome. But yeah, that's it. As I said, 5 out of 5 stars. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Links to my main channel, which is where most of my stuff is going to start going down from now on. Action figure reviews and G&G won't change channels, but lots of stuff is, so keep an eye open for that. Like, my Batman videos are going to go to that channel. My hauls are going to go to that channel, except for gaming hauls, which will be on my Super Friends Benefits channel. That's my gaming channel. There's a link to that in the description below. You can check out my Power Ranger action card game videos there. So, that's awesome. You can do that. And also, you know, check out some other stuff. Check out some other stuff. got Facebook, Twitter. We'll follow you back on Twitter. Just all kinds of cool stuff in the links below. Links to the Figma podcast. If you want to listen to fellow YouTuber Corticon, whose page you should totally check out. And I, talk about figures, comics, movies, all kinds of stuff in that podcast. Check that out. It's super fun. And that's really it, you guys. As I said, 5 out of 5 stars, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Your support means everything to me. I love making videos, and your feedback is fantastic. So thank you all so much. That's it, and I'll see you all later.